and when we needed them most, they vanished. July 1st was the last grief balance patch we got, and it ain't like they fixed it all up and no further fixes are needed. So it's one of two things. Either they're cooking up a really big patch that has taken time, or they've lost interest, they got their engagement boost, and are moving on to whatever is next, like the Janus Tower map. So what's still wrong with Black Ops 6 Grief? And I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but if the same issues continue to exist, what can you do? Number one, with a goddamn bullet, Tribologist Spam is almost killing the game. I say almost so I don't sound too dramatic, but seriously, it's being exploited to hell and back and just making people bitter toward the game. It needs to go so it can return to being Grief again. Of course, people will latch onto the next broken thing, but that doesn't mean you give up trying to balance the game. Whatever is next up, you fix that too. Balance is an ongoing process. Ether Shroud still charges too fast. It's like 130 kills to charge. That is nothing in a mode where they drastically sped up how fast the zombies spawn. I'd like to see Ether Shroud and maybe all field upgrades change from kills to a timer, similar to Black Ops 4 Dying Wish. First charge, 5 minutes. Second charge, 10 minutes. Third charge, 15 minutes, and so on. This way, it's fair to everyone. Every player gets their shot at using it, even if someone is kill whoring and taking all the kills. So whether you're a killer or a griefer, every playstyle gets an equal shot at popping a field upgrade, and it also keeps the spam down. The timer doesn't start until you pop it. What's going on with Cali Sticks? They outclass all melee weapons in all ways. Why even have a selection of melee weapons if one of them is just flat out better than the rest? It's illogical. Make them a reskin of nunchucks in all possible ways so there's variety. Frozen is over the top. Now, it's about the only way to stop a super slider, but there's so many escape options it barely slows them down anyway, so take out Frozen and Tribologist, maybe the game starts looking like Grief again. Killstreak invincibility is outrageous. Nobody wants that in Grief. At least make every killstreak limited to 1 per game like self-revives. The map rotation has not been freshened up once. Treyarch mentioned in the initial blog post they would add new maps in, and we haven't seen that yet. What about the Jug area on Terminus, the spawn room on Citadel, the rooftop on Liberty Falls? That would be nuts for a tiny action-packed map. I'll take it a step further. Why not have the boss fight areas turned into Grief maps, include the hazards as well? Obviously, environmental hazards aren't a thing people like in PvP modes, but it would just be one map you see out of every 20 games that's a fun little extra thing. I wouldn't mind it. 8 players fighting while the boss shows up every 5 rounds to throw chaos into the map. Kinda like Firebase Z. Why the hell not? It's already Mario Kart Grief, so lean into it. There's nothing worse than wasted potential. When Outbreak was released in Cold War, I thought it could be the next big thing in Treyarch Zombies. Open world with objectives on top of the usual killing zombies. Instead, they did nothing with it, other than slap zombies onto existing multiplayer maps with absolutely no changes done to make them look like they belong in Zombies, and it wasn't even 5% of what it could have been. Now, they haven't dropped the ball with Grief anywhere close to Outbreak, but it's still just not where it should be, and for the love of Christ, where in the fuck are private lobbies? I was saying to Mike how even the time-limited bullshit events that 3 people in the world play are given the option for squad fill off, but not a zombie staple like Grief? What kind of topsy-turvy upside-down shit is that? Private lobbies, private lobbies, private lobbies. Maybe if I say that in the mirror 3 times, it will summon Treyarch to get the most requested feature finally into the game. I don't give a fuck about Black Ops 7, 8, or 9. Get somebody working on private Grief lobbies for Black Ops 6 immediately, please, with no player limits, so we can do 1v1s or whatever else. Just get it done already.